The following program may contain strong language. All of the comments and opinions expressed do not reflect the views of anyone but those making said comments. If you decide to continue listening to this program, it is assumed that you are not easily offended and have a broad sense of humor. Now that all that's out of the way, enjoy! All right, and welcome to the show, the Mike and Billy Show, episode number 9.
Number 9.
Mike
Number
Wendt.
9. Number 9.
Number 9?
Number 9. Number 9. Sorry. Billy Finnegan.
What was that?
The
I
Beatles.
had something.
It was the Beatles.
No.
Are you thinking of D'Angelo?
Super Troopers.
Oh.
Littering and.
Littering
and.
Number 9.
Littering
Number
and.
9.
Littering
Number
and.
9. Smoking
the
reefer. Well, that about does it for our show.
Good morning, good evening, whatever time you're listening to our show. How are you today? Like I said, episode number 9, if you haven't figured that one out in the last few seconds. We've already started the conversation off air. We figured we might as well involve all of you.
Because as we all know, the off-air show is much more entertaining than the on-air show.
We actually forget that we're doing a radio show here and just have conversations like, well, why don't we start actually recording or at least talking into the microphone?
We sit here and for some of you that actually do listen out there, obviously, you know, we record about an hour and a half worth of material when really you guys only hear an hour and a half, but really the show is about 4 hours long.
Right.
It's just when we decide to start going, or when Mike decides to start going, welcome into the show. It's like,
you
okay,
really
I guess
need
we're
that
going to
official welcoming.
Right.
I mean, I could just kind of cheat and go back and take the last 3 hours of us talking and make a couple of shows. We could take a couple weeks off.
No, because some of the subject matter in those off-air shows are pretty bad.
We do lose any filter we have. Any filter or moral compass that we have is just gone until that microphone is pushed in front of our faces.
That's all right, though.
It's all right, though. But the one we were in the midst of talking about was Back to the Future, which seems to be a running theme on this show. We've covered it on probably
the Holy
5 or
Trilogy.
6 episodes now.
It's the Holy Trilogy.
It really is.
I don't care about any other trilogy out there. And Die Hard is a trilogy, by the way.
Absolutely. I will not allow
I don't know what you're
nor
talking
acknowledge
about. I don't know what you're talking about.
any other movie in
Doesn't
my house.
happen, but anyway. Yes, the Holy Trilogy.
I have told the story about
yes.
I actually spent more money to not buy the 4th movie. I spent I got the 3 movies on Blu-ray, and I think I paid $30 for those, and I could have gotten the 4-pack for $15.
Yeah.
So I actually spent an extra $15 to not buy the 4th movie.
I suggest you all do the same.
Absolutely.
But we're invoking the Holy Trilogy, though. Let's not.
We are.
Let's
We're
not
discussing
go away from that.
Back to the Future, and how we got here, I don't know. But we got around to Eric Stoltz. Oh, we were talking Matt Dillon not getting enough work these days,
Yes.
and rolled into what was that movie he played? It was Singles. We figured out.
Yeah.
And while reading through the IMDb, the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon brought us to Eric Stoltz. Kira Sedgwick's weekend, which was
really the only way you actually bring up Eric Stoltz in a conversation.
It really is. Pulp Fiction, another one. Yeah, I think he was good. He found his groove.
Wait. I'm trying to think of who was Eric Stoltz in Pulp Fiction?
The drug dealer. Travolta's drug dealer.
Oh, yeah.
With Rosanna Arquette as the chick with a little shit in her face.
Yeah, see, for me, like, Stoltz, he was good in that role, but again, we always bring it back to Tarantino. It's either Tarantino
or Back to the Future.
Or Back to the Future, which is fine with me. It's a world I want to live in. But that's right. I totally forgot that was Eric Stoltz. Again, you totally transform the guy into this other thing.
A good writer can make an actor better, and I think that that has to do with Roger Avery and him working well together, because after Pulp Fiction, Roger Avery, who was Quentin's writing partner on Pulp Fiction, did Killing Zoe with him, and then he was also in Rules of Attraction.
Well.
2 damn fine movies, if I do say so myself.
I've read.
Rules of Attraction also with the Beak, the Dawson. But anyway, back to Eric Stoltz and Back to the Future.
The Beak.
The Beak. And you haven't seen any of the footage of Eric Stoltz in Back to the Future. Because he was the original Marty McFly.
He was the original, and I've seen the stills. It's one of those things where I don't want to fuck with
it looks very
the holiness. Awkward. You know, it's like bringing up the Antichrist. You don't want to do it, you know, because no one can top Michael J.
Right.
So I don't want to imagine a world where Michael J. didn't exist as Marty McFly.
Right.
Because, God forbid, we know Michael J. doesn't, you know, Back to the Future needed Michael J. Michael J. didn't need Back to the Future. He had Teen Wolf coming up.
He did. It was one of those things that, I mean, obviously that was well before internet or any of that stuff. And now, if something along those lines had happened, that footage would be released before the movie came out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it would have been all over TMZ first and foremost.
So much time passed. Everybody was so used to Back to the Future the way it is, and, you know, fell in love with the movie, that once those stills started coming out, and I mean, eventually the footage there is some footage on the DVD and the Blu-rays.
Right.
It was just so awkward because
you know the lines and how they're
Fox.
Right,
and there's no other alternative.
You know the lines and how they're delivered. You know how Michael J. Fox says them. You know how the reactions and everything. Yeah,
the mannerisms, all that stuff. It's Michael J. Fox, and there is no other, because that is what we have seen. It would be, you know, it would be. I don't even know. It would be, you know. Like,
well, it's like the Saturday Night Live.
Like if Big Bird was a pelican. I'm just saying, it's something that you couldn't fathom.
I know what you're saying. It's like the Saturday Night Live sketches that they did back in, I don't know, what was it, the early 2000s or something. When it was the rejected Star Wars reads, and it was Walter Matthau reading for
I thought those were very funny.
They were very funny, but it's like
Burt Reynolds as Darth Vader. So what kind of car does this guy drive?
I gotta say, Norm Macdonald's Reynolds is just it's such a great caricature, but it's nothing like Burt.
No, but
that's what the charm is.
And didn't they have him? It was Norm Macdonald doing Burt with Burt in Earl.
In Earl, yeah.
Earl.
My Name is Earl.
Yeah.
But that's what it's kind of like. It's imagining, or that's what I love about watching.
That was one of the first times I realized Kevin Spacey is really good at impressions.
So awesome at impressions. He's incredible.
Really good at impressions.
Which is why it's like, you know, I know you don't want to be typecast in that way, and he plays some incredible roles no matter what, but why he's not involved in like more biopics. You know what I mean? Like, I know he did the Mac the Knife one, the Bobby Darin movie, and which is really good, but who in this generation knows what Bobby Darin sounded like?
That was also a passion. I mean, he was
he's
very
a huge
involved
Bobby
in
Darin
that. He
fan.
wasn't just an actor.
I saw like an interview and a making of or something like that, and again, great impression, great movie, but you know, obviously, especially Kevin Spacey, you don't want to be typecast. You don't want to be playing someone else's life at all times.
I mean, just because you do a good impression doesn't mean you can do that character for a 90-minute, 2-hour movie,
and keep people's interest.
Because it's very easy to do, you know, a 13-second catchphrasey sketch. You know, do the famous lines and get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's ADD viewing,
right?
Much like this is ADD radio. Right. And somehow we got on Kevin Spacey when we started with Eric Stoltz and
Back to the Future. Somehow we're onto Saturday Night Live and Star Wars and. It's a trilogy themed show, I guess.
Why not?
Why not?
But the going back, that's one of the things that's really cool about when I watch a movie, and it's one of the, and I don't know if you do this, but immediately after watching the movie, I got to go to IMDb and right to the trivia, and I got to look up everything about the movie, and I'm really bummed when nothing is there in the trivia. But hearing the certain actors that were actually scheduled to read for lines and almost had the part, and then you're going back and going, I can't see that
How
movie
would that work
with that person. So the Eric Stoltz,
a classic one that probably would have killed one of the most renowned movies, Chevy Chase's Forrest Gump.
Oh yeah,
think about that. Now, I mean, all love for Chevy Chase. I mean, he was great as Griswold, but
and Caddyshack
and Fletch and all that stuff.
That was it.
But As Forrest Gump?
Oh, it would have been terrible. It would have, because with Tom Hanks, Tom Hanks started out with the comedies in the 80s, but he became a serious actor, and he transformed himself really into that character. Chevy Chase, you would have just been wanting him to either, start smoking weed with Bill Murray in that movie, or, you know what I mean? Or
I actually watched Caddyshack over the weekend, too.
Or you would have, been waiting for him to try to plan a failed vacation with Jenny
it wouldn't have
and
worked.
everyone else.
I don't know. I think right off the bat he was too old to play Gump.
Yeah.
Even back in '94, he was too old to play that character.
Yeah.
You needed somebody who could be in their 40s, but was also versatile enough in their body and their face and everything that they could drop down and play a younger Gump.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think Chevy Chase physically could have played, the younger Gump.
And really, I can't imagine anyone else delivering the line, Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
Right?
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
Imagine how badly it would have been so shit on.
Well, it certainly wouldn't have gotten the Academy Award.
No,
and then, hey, but you know what? Had that happened, then maybe Pulp Fiction would have gotten it.
It would have. Absolutely. That's another. Actually, Pulp Fiction's another one that
there was a lot of different characters that were supposed to be in
Michael
there.
Madsen has talked about many times as the biggest mistake of his life.
Why not playing?
Quentin offered him the Travolta role.
Yeah.
And he took Wyatt Earp instead.
Oh.
He went and played Virgil Earp in the Kevin Costner Wyatt Earp movie. And he has said openly in many interviews, biggest mistake of his life.
Well, absolutely.
Now, granted,
when for one, you can't touch Tombstone because it was so good.
No, absolutely not. Especially, they were very close.
And for number two, they were within months of each other.
Yeah.
And for number two, it's Kevin Costner. He hasn't been good since, Field of Dreams.
Bull Durham. Kevin Costner's good, in my opinion, when
he's on the baseball diamond.
Yeah, I mean when he's playing that role.
Yeah.
Like I think he was good in Bull Durham. I thought he was good in Tin Cup.
Well, yeah, he gets
when he
sporting
plays
movies. The cocky, brash athlete.
Aging, cocky, semi-alcoholic jock.
Like he should have actually been in. He should have been in the Tony Danza role for Angels in the Outfield.
Right. That would have been an Oscar-winning movie.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Between that and Christopher Lloyd, and we're back on Back to the Future.
Of course we are. I'd even go so far as to say he played a great scumbag in 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Oh, I wanted to see that movie. Speaking of which, it was Elvis's birthday.
78th birthday today. Happy birthday, King. He's
a hunk of burning flesh right now.
I got fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches with bacon waiting for me at home when we get done here. I'm not joking either.
No, I know you're not.
I am not joking.
Well, I had made a comment. You posted a picture on our Facebook page.
Of course I did.
And I made a comment saying that both you and Elvis have something in common. You both enjoy a good peanut butter and banana sandwich on the toilet. I just hope that it ends better for you than it did for the
yes. King. And of course, if you are on the toilet enjoying your fried peanut butter and banana sandwich in honor of the King, please, I hope you're listening to our show.
Absolutely. Or I'm going to have to come over to each and every one of your computers and shoot it, right. Just like Elvis did.
Just like Elvis would when Bob Goulet would come up on the TV.
I love that.
I'd take my Pearl Hand 45 and shoot it, baby. I love that shit. Elvis Stories are some of the best. Like he used to, when he would get to the International Hotel in Vegas and just let his pet monkey loose in the lobby.
But he could do that.
Like
they called him the King for a reason.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that fame has become so different since those days. Like they really were treated. I mean, I know that the King of rock and roll, but they really were treated like royalty.
Well,
they were treated so much above. Like he could walk in. Imagine now, take the biggest name in music right now,
Nicki Minaj, Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga.
I want to crawl into the console right now. Just die. But even let's even say someone as
Dave Grohl
holding the status of Dave, or even going bigger.
Paul McCartney. Yeah.
Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
If they walked into a Las Vegas casino hotel and let a fucking monkey loose and started shooting a gun into the ceiling, they'd be committed.
Well,
that's what you would do.
Well, to be fair and make may God rest his soul, the only person that you could see doing that is Hunter S. Thompson.
True.
I mean, who the hell, besides Elvis, cracked out on fucking pills?
True.
Is going to walk into a Las Vegas, lobby and just start shooting the place up with a monkey on the loose?
That was like a ritual.
Well,
Walk into the hotel, let the monkey tear the fucking lobby apart, and start blowing holes into the ceiling of the lobby. It's unfathomable in this day and age that would ever be tolerated.
Well, it would certainly be on TMZ in a heartbeat.
He'd be committed.
Well, but that's going along the lines.
But that was just that was
because I think we've had this conversation. I don't know whether, because now all of our conversations are just melding into one, and I don't know whether they've been on the radio
or not.
But that's goes along the same lines. I think we had this conversation about the royalty of yesteryear and today, like a Brando, a Nicholson back in the day. All those guys, they were above everyone else, and they were actual royalty. Like,
right.
And they held themselves to higher regards. Nowadays, it's like, and I don't know if it's because of the media coverage or it's just that we have a bunch of stupid people. Probably a little bit of the latter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a completely different.
I think we've also, as a society, I mean, I
love when conversations start out with "as a society."
We've had this discussion of how with the how in contact we are through Twitter and social media and stuff. I think it's
brings
made
everyone
them
to the same
people.
level. Yeah,
it's made the celebrities more real. Whereas
absolutely.
Back then, it's like they were untouchable. They were
they were gods.
Royalty-like.
They
it's
were
like
gods.
you see them. It's like there were people barricading you off. You couldn't get near them. Now you see a celebrity on the street, you're rushing them to get a fucking twit pic.
Or to get your phone out because Brad Pitt's about to punch someone in the face.
You know, it's like if you went near them back then, first of all, you wouldn't.
Well, you couldn't.
You just wouldn't, and then you wouldn't be able to either. It's just a different world, man.
Well, I think it's also, and not to say that, look, everyone deserves respect as a human being, but it's the lack of respect that we have for other human beings these days. You know what I mean? And that they're all on our own schedule. And so if I want a picture of you, I'm going to take that picture of you because, you go ahead and you try to tell me I can't.
Right.
I'll sue your ass. Like, it's stupid shit like that.
Last Friday night, I went to a Louis C.K. show.
How was it?
He did Symphony Hall here in Boston.
Yep.
Great. He absolutely killed. And what I love about comics like Louis is all new material. You don't get like some new and then the standards.
The hits, yeah.
Like he'll just go through his material and then I think he said after so many months or something, just throw that out and then just start over again. And there's a few guys that do that, but really good. Absolutely killed. Nice surprise was Gary Goldman opened for him.
Yeah, you told me that.
And Gary, extremely funny as well. But Louis was doing a bit about people on the streets along the same lines, taking pictures and whatnot. And he said it was one day he was walking in New York with his daughter, and this fan comes up to him, and first thing out of his mouth is, "I don't mean to be an asshole, but..."
Oh, God.
And
that's the same thing as no offense,
right?
But...
And that's what he said. He's like, if what you were saying is true, you would say, "I don't mean to be an asshole," and just walk away. But the fact that you stay and continue to talk means you do mean to be an asshole. And it was, "Can I take a picture with you?" And he's just like, "No. Go."
And that's the thing.
Away.
It's like, he's spending time with his daughter. I know that there are other celebrities that have their moments of, I'm sitting there with my family and
right.
I'm doing this.
They're real person
and
moments.
they're eating dinner. I know, and some people out there listening in might know that Mike and I are big wrestling fans.
Yeah.
CM Punk has gone on record saying, people have gone up to him, kicked his shoe because they don't want to bend over and to interrupt him, pulled earbuds out of his ears to like get an autograph. There was a report not too long ago that some woman, or he had said that some woman, he was in the dentist chair and some woman rushed into the thing and, can you sign this for my kids? Like, why is it that you're so important that this guy, as a celebrity, right, quote unquote celebrity, has to stop everything because you have to
right,
be, treated so well and so, above everyone else? It's like, fuck you, man. And plus the fact that, like, a lot of those guys, it's the eBay hounds that are out there. It's like,
that's why, and
they go off on that stuff.
One of the things, I've never been a big autograph person, because having somebody's signature on a piece of paper just never really did it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a couple of hockey jerseys that are signed, but they're those person's hockey jerseys,
right?
If I ever have, and maybe it's just my own weird rule, but it's along the same lines as I always, can you sign it to Mike?
Yeah,
because that at least acknowledges that I'm not just looking for your name on a piece of paper so I can go sell it. It's like, I'm Mike. This
right,
is, I would like your name on this piece of whatever.
And for me, I try to get something either personal of mine signed, like
right,
something, or like a little joke thing, like haha funny, but I'm getting it for my own benefit and to keep as a souvenir.
But I've also always felt, I mean, if you can, I mean, the pictures are more valuable to me than anything else, because you can look at that and it's like looking at a piece of paper with a scribbly ink spot on it. It doesn't tell as much of a story as
the picture might.
As the picture would. And it's like, and you can immediately be like, this is the picture when I met so-and-so and we were talking about this and this. And
right. A picture is great. Or if
picture's worth 1,000 words.
Or if you get in their DVD, it's even better.
That's true too. Mr. Superstar over here.
I still have no
waiting
residuals.
on the royalty checks.
No residuals, no royalties, nothing. Still waiting on that.
Yes, for those of you that don't know, Billy has a very brief cameo in the CM Punk DVD, Best in the World, available now. So send your checks directly to Billy.
To me, yeah.
And
don't worry, and
he'll tell you where you can buy it.
And believe me, I will sign anything you want me to.
Absolutely.
To eBay. Best wishes, Billy Finnegan.
It's like one of those the fucking.
The finger waves,
the thingamajigs, the thingamabobs,
right. The doodads.
The things where people, I see a lot of independent films doing it. They'll set up the website and they'll ask you to donate money.
A Kickstarter.
Thank you. I've always just wondered, like, what would happen if you just set one up and saying, "Give me money." Give me $1. Give me $1. Give me $1. It's kind of like I saw. It was I think it was on VH1. It was a special on this guy who basically turned a paperclip into a house.
Oh yeah, it was the eBay guy.
Yeah, and he did. Of course, one of the coolest things was not the fact that he got to meet Roger Dorn.
Yeah.
And not the fact that he traded snow globes with him, but the fact that Corbin Bernsen, Mr. Roger Dorn, has a Major League poster hanging up over his snow globe collection. It's like, all right, he appreciates that work too.
How can you not?
Years of LA law he could have all over his wall. No, it's the fucking Major League poster is up there.
Well, why wouldn't you have so, like, that's a cool thing about being on a movie like that, a sports movie, is that they got to make up merchandise to make it look like you're an actual athlete.
Corbin Bernsen.
I would totally be in Major League 7 or 8 or whatever they're up
just to get the baseball card.
Just to get the baseball card, absolutely.
I still say one of the coolest things I have. When I was 13, my hockey team was playing in the international tournament in Quebec, and we got specially made jerseys and jackets and all this fun stuff. Best thing, got my own hockey card.
Oh, it's so cool.
Got my own hockey card.
They did
13-year-old Mike with all my little stats on the back.
They did that. Would do that. It was the package for Little League that you could get for your team pictures. So you got your team picture, and then you had this little circular cutout where you have you with the bat on your shoulder.
Oh yeah.
But then you could get the baseball card
the thing with
package.
The printed stats.
But you flipped it around and there was no stats.
These were,
luckily for me, there was no stats because my stats sucked.
I mean, they were McDonald's sponsored.
That's pretty cool.
And the tournament would sell them in packs.
But again, that was for a tournament.
These weren't just for us. People would collect them. People going this is a big deal tournament.
Fucking Canadians.
I'll get to that in a second. But they would collect them, And, you know, when we were in the bench or whatever, they pass them through and try to have us sign them and stuff. I signed like 3. It's not a lot, but a 13-year-old Mike Wendt, who's never going to play professional hockey, signing 3 hockey cards is pretty fucking cool.
There are 3 people out there that are listening to this show that have those cards, and they're going, "Oh my God, it's finally happened! I've been putting money on this forever!"
And the reasoning behind...
Kids, you're going to school!
The reasoning behind them collecting...
We can finally get a dog.
Is
and I can finally get surgery.
All based on my one little 13-year-old signature?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, the reasoning behind, at least the rationalization behind collecting those and having the kids sign them, is this tournament was played by 13-year-old Wayne Gretzky, 13-year-old Lemieux, all like the big name pros.
Okay,
I see what you're saying. The one that played my year, Marian Hossa, played the year I was playing. And he won the cup with Chicago. And I mean, but like if you looked and they give you, you know, the alumni book when you get there and you're just reading through, it's like, fuck, Ray Bourque and, you know, Gretzky, Lemieux, all of these huge names. So
some guy's got Hossa's card and then he flips over. Who the fuck is Mike Wendt? Fuck you. I wasted time on this.
And it's like the caliber of talent we were playing. I mean, just to let you know, we lost, I think, one game like 12-1.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it was like Mighty Ducks too. Well, it was like the Ducks against Trinidad.
Yeah, and we were definitely grandfathered into the tournament because of Brad Park and Reggie Lemlin were from our town.
That's exactly what happens in Cooperstown. When you go as a little league, if you go to the Cooperstown tournament, if you win it or you get to a certain point in the tournament, you're like grandfathered in. As long as you can raise the money, obviously, to get there.
But yeah, it was definitely kind of cool.
Well, look at you! I didn't know I was sitting next to a Canadian celebrity.
Yeah, for a minute
you look
there.
just like all of us.
And my whole thing was I knew I wasn't going to get a goal. I wasn't much of a goal scorer to begin with, but in that tournament I was definitely not. So I was determined to get a penalty.
Right.
So I lined some kid up.
Oh, you asshole!
And like I said,
as it's been fully established, you are quite the bully.
And I've mentioned in past episodes, I was a very early bloomer.
Yes.
I was over 6 feet tall at that point.
You dick.
I was the type that had to bring the birth certificate with you. You know, did you drive your car here, boy?
Yeah.
It's like,
hey. Is that his kids in the stands?
Right. So I lined up this little 13-year-old and just leveled him.
And I know that this kid was like the sharpshooter probably of the other team.
I don't know who the fuck he was. Whistle blows, hand goes up, and it wasn't even because the only thing I wanted was to hear my name, because I thought it was so cool because we were in Quebec. They were doing all the announcements in English and French.
Yeah.
And I got my penalty. I took my helmet off and I had a mohawk. I was such a little punk.
Meanwhile, that kid is still sipping his food from a straw. He's got like peg legs.
I was wearing bandanas. I had the mohawk. My number was 69. No bullshit. And
you were fucking Fulton. You were the Bash Brothers in Mighty Ducks, man.
Mighty Ducks.
You're a piece of work.
I was an asshole. But yeah, it was
not to be an asshole, but I was an asshole.
All due respect, it was fucking awesome.
No offense out there, but you're all a bunch of fucking jerks.
It was so cool though. But
speaking of which, did we again? I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun last week, and as I told you, as I told a lot of people, I have no idea what the hell we talked about. But did we? We didn't bring it up. The big news, right? Big news.
It hadn't happened yet.
That's right. Okay.
It hadn't happened yet. I had uploaded last week's show.
Mike is actually so happy right now that he hasn't worn his fucking pants in 5 days. It's getting a little frightening.
I uploaded the show about an hour before the big news hit, and of course that is hockey's back.
Woo!
The NHL lockout is over.
Great.
It is over. It ended about 5 a.m. Sunday morning.
With that being said, this is the last of the Mike and Billy show as you know it. This is now going to be an all-out
the Mike and Billy hockey show.
And I'm just going to be sitting there ranting and raving about shit I don't even know. I like hockey, but I'm nowhere near you.
But yeah, I am very happy. I'm very pleased.
Well, like I was saying to you earlier, though, I'm really excited for this season, even though it's shortened, because it's a sense of urgency. It's going to be like playoff hockey before playoff hockey, which is some of the best competition.
It's going to be interesting the first couple weeks when the guys are getting back into shape. That's definitely going to, because there's a lot that haven't played.
But there's a lot that haven't played. But with the Bruins, like a good handful of guys went overseas. I mean, I know Sagan, obviously, that's the biggest story because he helped Sweden win.
Yeah. I know Bergeron played, Chara played, Rask played.
I mean, really, the only guy that I don't know is probably won't be coming in and fighting shape is Lucic.
Yeah, I read that he's I think he's admitted he's not game ready just yet. He's no heavier than he was when the season ended, but he hasn't been playing. But yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, it's one of those things that, for me, there is still a lot. I mean, it was 113 days.
Yeah, that's a long
bullshit. And of crybaby millionaires and billionaires pissing all over the place. And it's not that, now when I say I'm very happy, I'm very excited, it's because I'm a hockey fan. I'm not a sports fan. I'm not a baseball fan. I'm a hockey fan. That's my one thing. Right. So it's been a fucking horrible winter. Are you singing?
I thought you were going to go on like a soapbox rant, so I was trying to do like,
no, I just wanted to, it's
glory,
like,
hallelujah.
No, not at all. But it's like, it's one of those things that it's like, all is not forgiven.
Oh,
you know,
totally.
And there's still a lot of resentment and anger towards the fact that we had to miss 50% of the hockey season.
And my big thing before this whole debacle started was hockey was finally on its way of becoming, at least in this demographic, the number 3 sport. Or I should say number 2, because the Sox
have embarrassed themselves to hell.
But it would at least been the number 3 sport, maybe nationwide, because it was starting to get the TV. They were starting to pick up.
They got the big
NBC was really picking up.
They had 3 major market teams in a row. They had Chicago Bruins and then LA win the Cup. So those are huge.
I mean, it was all coming back. The entire league was getting better. You know, the Winter Classic, you had
the
HBO drama thing going on. It was really cool. It was like wow, finally, and it made me feel good because it was like, finally I was getting on board at the right time where they were going to get their fair share, where maybe the big markets are going to cover or at least show you more than just highlights of the games, you know? Right. And then it's like you had all this momentum, you just pissed it away over something stupid. When if you just came to an agreement, if you gave the players, because this was more along the lines of the evil empire of the owners just fucking over the players. But if they gave in, they would have still made money hand over fist.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, I don't have all the numbers, and reading all that stuff always gave me a headache.
Well, reading in general
does, but math I'm terrible at. So when numbers are involved, I start to whimper a little bit. Yeah, it seemed like, especially back, I want to say in late October. When there was that glimmer of hope, when the first 50-50 thing was offered, and they're like, we can do an entire season if this is accepted and we start. And I know that back then the fine print still screwed over the players a little bit and this and that. But like I said, to me, it was always millionaires fighting with billionaires over money that I'll never amount to. And, all the while, us fans just still want to,
just want to watch it.
Go and support the teams and watch the games. And, it's like we missed out on stuff like the HBO show, which is an extremely entertaining program.
Yeah, and the Classic.
The Winter Classic. I posted on Facebook and Twitter on New Year's Day. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah.
I'm watching The Walking Dead when in reality I should be watching a great hockey game.
And I remember when it came to Boston not too long ago. That was so much fun.
It was awesome.
Just being around the city for the Winter Classic, being around the city for the Cup win. Like, luckily I got to experience that in my lifetime, but I've also got to experience 3 separate lockouts of the NHL. Right. Like, when I think of the NHL when I was a kid, it was Lemieux, Yager, and the Penguins. It was, the ending of Gretzky.
Yep.
And lockouts.
Lockouts, yeah.
Seriously, that's and Patrick Waugh. That's all I remember in the Avalanche.
Right.
But that's it. That's so, to be known as that says a lot about your
lockout
league.
generation. We really are.
That's what it is. It's terrible.
Now, that being said, I'm not gonna go out on that, get up on the pedestal or anything and say I'm not going to buy anything or I'm not gonna go any tickets. I'm being quite honest right now. There's a good chance, at least from what I've been reading and hearing, that the season's gonna start next Saturday, the 19th, and the Bruins are gonna be in Montreal.
Yep.
Now, if I can get a ticket, I'm gonna be in Montreal next Saturday. But I see so many people like I'm not spending, and you know what? Fine. Don't.
More tickets for everyone else that wants to go. That finally will get a chance.
But come playoff time, I don't want to hear you crying either.
Right.
I don't want to go to the game. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's the sad thing too. Is like, why, if you're gonna boycott it in a smart way. Like, go there for the fan because you're a fan. Most of the people that are boycotting aren't even fans.
You're not going to see, in this day and age, you'll never see a real boycott.
Because people will still go there, and they're still going to buy the beer inside the place, and they're still going to buy the food inside the place. They'll still buy the jerseys.
Even if
it's happening.
It's one of those things that even if you can't keep people out of the building.
No.
And I don't know how really to express it, because I was like, well, maybe there should be a game where nobody shows up. There won't be one.
No, you'll never have that.
Even if, and this would never happen. But ever happen. But even if not one ticket was sold, they'd be standing outside the Garden giving them away on game night.
Oh yeah, and people would still go
every
in.
random ass tourist and college kid would fill that place up.
Absolutely.
Free tickets? Oh fuck yeah!
It'd probably be a hell of a lot more fun than when there's families and kids there.
But that just, it won't happen. Now I guess there's ways of doing in-game protests and stuff, and I've heard some ideas, but a lot of them are just kind of shitty.
Well, again, the biggest one,
like turning one guy. I heard one guy say during the national anthem, everybody should turn their backs on the ice. It's like,
dumb, that sucks.
You're kind of now disrespecting the national anthem, which has been enough of a problem with the Canada versus USA problem. Enough.
Dumb.
Respect everybody's fucking anthem. Get over it. It's not. I always loved that argument. Or anytime a USA chant would break out in like a game against the Canadians or the Maple Leafs or any of that stuff, it's like, you do realize that about 70% of our team, probably more, is Canadian.
Oh, I would argue more. Yeah, it is a little strange.
It's not the Olympics. That chant is kind of reserve it.
Well,
if Hacksaw Jim Duggan comes out, okay, fine, you can do that. But other than that brief instant when Hacksaw puts on the skates and comes out, let's keep the USA chance to Olympics.
What about when Hacksaw turned Canadian?
He did do that, didn't he?
WCW, thanks a lot.
Oh, creative geniuses, aren't they?
But it's to say, that chant falls on deaf ears the same way. It's like, you go to a concert around here and then you break out into a Yankees suck chant.
Always a favorite.
What's the problem?
Always a favorite to hear Yankees sucks chants anywhere outside of Fenway Park.
And then I heard someone arguing today that was it's a sign of respect for the Yankees. No, most Red Sox fans that I know fucking hate the Yankees, and they chant it because they really think the Yankees suck. Me personally, I look at it and say, well, they have 20-something championships, and really, when you sit there and chant Yankees suck, you just look like an ass because you look like a jealous little, underachiever.
Unless you're playing the Yankees, and then it's kind of warranted.
Nah, it's just stupid, dumb. If you put that much faith into it, you're dumb.
But I guess I'm very. I'm excited. Sunday was a good and Sunday was really turning out to be a shitty day for me. Like, I was gonna really be tired all fucking day. I had a headache. It was just a bad night, and then all of a sudden 5 o'clock comes and it was funny because they had been in the meeting. It was like a 16-17 hour negotiation between the owners, the federal mediator, and the players, and all night I was doing the overnight. So all night on Twitter, you see, the TSN guys and the reporters and all that stuff just breaking each other's balls on Twitter. That's all it was. They were taking pictures of the ones that were sleeping and all that stuff. It was just a goof because they were all in the hotel lobby waiting for the whatever announcement was going to come. And and it was like it was like 507, between 507 and 510.
I can't believe you have narrowed down to an
I was there. I was watching it. I was experiencing this live. It was as
this
if,
is the greatest thing in the
hey, for this year, man, it is.
life.
For 2013, it's been a pretty good year so far. But it was almost as if like somebody had their finger on like a bomb button on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because the second it broke,
Bomb.
all of a sudden that little bar at the top of your Twitter that says like, 2 updates or 3 updates. 300.
You got to stop following that many people.
In seconds. I'm like, holy shit. And it's like, because every time there's
I'm surprised Twitter didn't blow up.
It's very surprising.
You know what I mean? All I know is that I saw Ferentz's tweet.
Which was very nice.
Which was very cool. But I tweeted out immediately after that something to the extent of, doesn't matter, whatever. As long as I see Andrew Ferentz punch someone in the face soon,
right.
I'm happy.
Right.
But yeah, I welcome it. I'm very happy, and I'm so happy that we have changed formats now. We've changed formats quicker than most radio stations in Boston.
Are we stunting?
We are stunting right now.
Stunting?
We're next week will be all hip hop, urban hip hop.
Watch out, we're going
week
country.
After, yeah.
God damn it! I couldn't reach the bell.
But I'm just waiting till the day when we really want no one to listen and we just turn to an all pro wrestling radioathon.
The problem is then we get that niche audience.
Oh, and they're the worst.
So it's like now we're getting real listeners.
Yeah, and then it's like
now it's not the casual listener.
Now we have to just sit here and actually pay attention to what we're talking about.
I gotta actually watch Main Event on Wednesdays.
I
don't even know where Ion is.
You mean I have to watch TNA? Oh, don't get me started on New Japan Pro Wrestling. Fuck!
Oh man,
Chikara.
But anyway, back to on Sunday, I had a weekend planned.
Yeah.
With the fiance.
You're getting better with that.
I am. I'm getting used to it.
He just wakes up every morning. Fiance.
Not girlfriend anymore. No, fiance.
He's in the bathroom, like, doing his business.
I got flashcards.
Fiance. Fiance.
Was that shitting? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah,
okay, that was shitting?
No, it wasn't anything.
I didn't know if it was shitting or jerking off.
If you jerk off of your fiance, that's a little weird.
That's love right there.
That means she's the one. It is love.
But
it is.
we had a very nice weekend planned and executed.
Even with the hockey news?
That just added to it because, like I said, that actually helped.
You didn't make her like fly Bruins colors all weekend long, like Sunday.
I was wearing it.
Oh, I know you were wearing it.
I was wearing it.
But I just didn't know if you had her put like a Sean Thornton jersey on or something.
No,
walking around town.
Did not go that far, but
she had like the Bruins colored underwear on.
It did help.
Denise, it's happened.
It did help because, like I said, I was having a rough night. I was going to be in a very grumpy, bitchy mood for the remainder of the day.
What's the change there?
What's that? Well, hockey.
No, I said, what's the change from your normal grumpy everyday mood?
Now I have hockey, so I'm not grumpy or bitchy as much.
As much. Thank you.
As much.
Because then the minute you get outside, and then traffic hits, and we all know.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's real life. I'm safe in my little bubble in here.
Right.
So we had a night booked at this very fancy pants hotel.
Fancy. I believe they're actually called the Fancy Pants, right? It's 5-star fancy.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, and it was a gift. We had a gift certificate for a free night there, and a gift certificate for the restaurant in the hotel, and really, like, this is a place I would never stay.
Of course.
And when I
guys
say
walking around, Muffy.
When I say that, it's a very big compliment to the hotel. I'm not a hotel snob by any means.
Right.
4 walls, a bed, maybe a working toilet. Depends on what the discount is.
Really?
Well, there's buckets you can throw. As long as there's a balcony, I'll need a toilet. There you go. But you know what I mean.
I'm so glad I'd never go with Canada.
I go more, value over. I don't need perfect excuse to use this word. I don't need the bum flufferys of all the hoity-toity shit going on with the hotels. But if I am afforded the luxury to partake
of indoor plumbing,
yes, of indoor plumbing, to partake in such things. Wow, it was fucking spectacular. Like, they when we checked in, they didn't just, here's the elevator, you go up here, turn left. Woman walked us to the elevator, brought us up the elevator.
I've never been walked to an elevator.
Wow,
I've only been walked to the elevator when they told me to leave.
Took us to our room and gave us a tour of the room.
How big was the room that needed a tour?
It was very nice. Very nice. But it's like, here is the bathroom, and here is the shower. And I wasn't a fan of the shower. I can say that. But it was
I could smell you from here. Absolutely.
Like, last week I wasn't a fan of pants. This week I don't like showers. I want to be a fucking. Never mind. I'm not. It was gonna get shitty. It was gonna get shitty.
Well, I think it's too late for that.
But it was one of those ones that it's got the overhead. It's not like
in the center.
It's not a shower head. It's like the big disc,
the shower
with
umbrella,
the little nipples hanging out. It's just like raining piss on you. This is why I don't have nice things.
I wanted to say something funny, but I was like, oh, whatever.
This is why I don't have nice things. It's like a rich person's shower. I don't know. I don't fucking know what it is.
It's like when you.
I need to feel clean.
Well, how would that not make you feel clean?
Because it was weak.
That's just water pressure.
I need like fire hose, boiling hot. Get this off of my skin. Like, I need to
wash away the sin.
2 layers of flesh
off. Wash away the sin. I'm a dirty boy. No.
One of the cool features actually was there was speakers in the bathroom. That were hooked up to the TV.
Cool.
So it's like you're watching TV in there. You walk in there. You can still hear the TV.
Yeah, but you can't see the fucking. It's like.
Yeah, but I was watching Caddyshack, so I've seen that. I knew exactly what he was doing. No. Yeah, I get it. I know what he's doing.
How many times that movie have to be on? It's on the. I mean, obviously it makes sense, but it's on the fucking Golf Channel. They play it.
Actually, they had real TV too. This was on HBO, so it was the real version. Got the real version. Yes, this fancy gentleman was staying in like a 5-star fucking hotel watching Stooges and Caddyshack all weekend.
You get to actually see the sex scene between Danny and his girlfriend, Lacey Underall.
Lacey Underall. Yes, I did, but it was. It's one of those. I don't. How do I put it?
I don't know. How do you put it?
I don't know. I take vacations, but I don't pamper myself, if you will. And this was one of the rare times in 10 years that I've done that. Man, it felt good.
Well, I think every 10 years is a good pampering, but now you're going to be married, so it better be like once every 5 years.
Well, I can send her off to do that.
Oh.
And that was kind of the key. She really enjoyed herself, which was nice. And you know what else I found? A nice little gimmick.
Oh, what's that?
You tell people you got engaged, they get you free drinks. Get the manager of the restaurant bringing over champagne.
You're gonna be riding that boat for years.
Every place we go from now on, I don't care if it's fucking Bickford's, I'm celebrating an engagement. Yeah. You don't have champagne? Go get some champagne. I want some champagne with my pancakes.
Going to Dunkin' Donuts. I'll take another glazed. We're engaged.
Give me a dozen donuts. We're engaged. I'm just going to take them. Don't worry about it. Tell your manager it was for an engaged person.
Yeah. I'll take the oil change. And I'm getting engaged, so you want to put on 2 free tires there? Thank you.
Give me some white walls.
Yeah. Come on. Get it in here. What are you doing?
Chrome up the wheels, bitch. I'm engaged. But yeah.
So are you one of those guys that also fixes birthday at different restaurants?
No.
Okay. Because I didn't know if... I mean, the engaged thing, like, that's hopefully a once in a lifetime thing, but
and it only works when you're with her, because if me and you went out,
well, that's a little different.
Like last week we were at the bar, we could have got our fucking beers for free, but we're engaged.
Probably not.
I'm all for the equal rights and stuff, but you two aren't engaged.
Well, it's not like we were at Chick-fil-A or something. Certainly, we wouldn't even get that. We just, they'd probably lynch us in the back.
They'd throw their hoods on.
They said they're engaged over here, Timmy.
Oh, yeah, you still haven't seen Django yet, have you?
Nope.
You gotta see that.
I'm waiting.
Gotta see. I've seen it twice.
You've already seen it twice?
Yep.
You're a sick individual.
We went Sunday after we checked out of the hotel. We went down and saw it again.
well, the lockout's over. Gonna go to a hotel and then go see. Well, what's even better is the fact that you are so elated that the lockout is over. Then you go and pamper yourself at a 5-star hotel, and then to top it all off, when you can't take any more happiness, you just wrap yourself in the warming glow of racism and Quentin Tarantino.
Absolutely.
It's like the complete opposite of what anyone else who would normally.
Well, like I said, I'm not that normal crowd.
Well, you have fine tastes.
I do. I have exquisite taste in the finer things like sweatpants.
I know. you and your.
I only drink the best $1 beers.
Fucking, and I'm the hipster. Pabst Blue Ribbon, and sweatpants.
Nothing to do with hipster. It has to do with being broke, motherfucker.
What? You got plenty of experience dollars, baby.
I know. That just the bar tabs don't take them.
Well, because you're going to the wrong bars.
I tell them I'm experienced, and they say, well, that's wonderful. That's still $8.50.
You got to go behind the bars.
See, I got to
get that hobo juice. They'll give you plenty of whatever you want for a hobo.
Give me some of that white lightning.
Hey, yeah. Oh, that's good. Puts hair on your balls. Scrotum juice. What?
Didn't The Rock say scrotum on Raw this week?
Yeah.
He did say scrotum,
didn't he?
Hair
Hair on your scrotum.
TV PG all the way.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love scrotums.
Well, there was something else that they said, too, and I was going, oh, it was the opening montage. The opening main event segment of Crap Fest.
The opening event?
Literally Crap Fest. Cena said made a dick joke. Or they made a dick joke and he brought it out small.
He couldn't pull the trigger and just say dick joke. He had to say,
because he's keeping it PG.
Wee-wee joke.
Yes, wiener joke.
Ugh.
It's so stupid. Just stop it. You wonder why people get embarrassed to say that they watch wrestling. It's it's shit like that. That and you get afraid to wear a wrestling T-shirt outside because you got a 12-inch long picture of a half-naked guy on your chest.
That's sexy.
Just oiled up.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Wrong.
Yes.
Wrong on so many levels.
All kinds of wrong, but I don't want to be right.
The other day, I know last week we kind of went off on our pissed off tangents with traffic.
Yes.
The other day, it might have been the morning after we recorded. I'm heading back home, and I'm about to take the Pike, as I usually try to do in the overnights because no one's on the road. And I stop, and I don't have a easy pass. Don't really care. Just $1.25, whatever. So I'm sitting there waiting, and there's a guy in front of me and just waiting. I'm like, holy shit! I've been here like 5 minutes now.
Is it a toll taker or what? Just one of those baskets you just dump the change in?
Toll taker. This is a toll taker. Yeah, but it has nothing to do with the toll taker because I'll tell you right now. I'm seeing the girl, she's working at the toll and she's running outside. And so I'm like, oh, well, does this guy not have the money? Because I've done this before. If you don't have the money to pay the toll, they have to take your license and everything down and they will bill you $50. Although, for some reason, and hopefully, knock on wood.
Seems like a fair price.
They still have never gotten to me yet. So I got away. So I finally, the guy in front of me leaves and I roll up to the window. And she goes, sorry about that. He paid with 100. You're telling me
what an asshole.
You got no other change on you that you had to pull out $100 bill to pay $1.25 toll fee. Fuck you. Like, and I said,
maybe he was trying to impress old exhaust lungs over there.
And that's that's the thing. Is like you think a guy with a Hummer, like a Humvee, driving around, or the big expensive cars, whatever it is, has a small dick. That guy has a small dick. He just doesn't want to broadcast it to everyone. $100 bills. You are showing off to this girl, this toll taker, and
he's very selective who he overcompensates for.
Oh my God! At 6 o'clock in the morning, are you fucking kidding me? $100 bill. Fuck you, you stupid douche nozzle. Like what the fuck? Go spend it somewhere. Seriously, go spend it somewhere. Get $1.25. Go to the toll, and then do it. Stimulate the fucking economy instead of putting it back into the government for $100. And then what? You're getting like 5:45 in the morning. Seriously, man. Seriously, you got to get change for $1.25. You mean to tell me you just gave that guy, what is it, 98.75?
Yes.
It's like, what the fuck? 90. Now you're carrying around. Screw off. Fuck off. Hate him. I wanted to trace the. I'm done. See ya. Next topic.
6 a.m. vehicular homicide.
It should happen. I would have chased that fucker down. It would. You want to talk about Django Unchained? Oh man. Oh man. I would have stomped a mud hole in him and walked him dry. Fuck off.
Oh man, that is funny.
Who does that? Come on.
Well, I'm glad we can,
I'm glad I have this
on a high note.
I'm glad I have this as an outlet.
It really is. It is helpful because we probably would kill people.
Therapy.
Oh.
I mean, because if I didn't have this, it would just be me driving at 6 o'clock in the morning
with
down the pike.
Awful thoughts running through your head.
Awful thoughts and screaming to kill switch engage, running, going. Like, I have heavy metal music on my iPod just for the days when I'm really pissed off and I have to get it out of my system. But I just let the music get it out for me, and I'm probably gonna have a fucking tumor.
One day you just read about Billy going on a Patrick Bateman-esque rampage.
You like Phil Collins?
These copies of the style section on the floor.
They say Phil Collins. Oh.
You like Huey Lewis in the news?
Oh God.
Then when sports came out in '85.
He's such a creepy.
Huey has a more cynical sense of humor.
Oh, such a
great movie.
Awesome.
Fucking love that movie.
I actually didn't see that movie till recently, till last year.
I saw it in theaters. That was a random one. Like I had no knowledge of the book, the story, or anything, and that was the last movie I saw before the Revere Cinemas did the big renovation. So I saw it on the old side of the theater, and it was very odd. It was like I went by myself, and it was a small crowd. 15, 20 people, and they were the demographic was all much older. I'm talking like 40 to 60s. And this was, whenever that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah. Like 99, I think.
Yeah. So, I was in my early 20s at that point, late teens, early 20s, and it was just a weird seeing people like my parents' age
sitting there watching that movie.
And then, like I said, I love the movie, and I was howling through most of it, and I looked like that. I basically, I came off like De Niro in Cape Fear.
I was gonna say,
just obnoxiously laughing as this guy is chopping up hookers. It was wonderful.
It's just so. That character is just so great. It's like one of the great American cinema characters, and it got me curious to want to read the book. I want to see what it's like. I hear there's a little bit of difference, but then there was also the rumors recently, or within the last 2 years, that they're going to try to remake it.
Why?
And they were going to do it in the 90s instead of the 80s.
Why? It was perfect that way.
Well, I don't think. I think it's the same, and to bring it full scale all the way back, it's the same as the rumors of Justin Bieber doing a Back to the Future reboot.
Oh.
Which I don't think is actually going to happen.
Can't wait.
2000, by the way.
Maybe Eric Stoltz can do a remake.
Why not? Give him a shot. I'd rather see that than Bieber. Come on, give it to me.
Marty McFly got old and red hair.
Oh, this movie's going nowhere. We might as well just had Carrot Top.
Isn't it funny that we started this show and we never even got to the point of what we were talking about, which was that redheads can't lead movies?
Wow, and that's how we're gonna end this thing?
That was what we started, and we never fucking. Wow, I mean, when we say we do A.D.D, it is no joke, man.
A.D.D radio. I hope people out there enjoy it because I know I have a laugh.
I have fun doing it.
Yeah, but that's therapy to us.
But if you think about it, A.D.D, redheaded men.
Yeah.
Male actors.
David Caruso,
Eric Stoltz.
Carrot Top.
There's exceptions to every rule. But
wait, what's the exception?
Well, I mean, like they can do like I was gonna say Killing Zoe, but that's a very independent movie.
Yeah.
Like mainstream, they cannot lead mainstream successful movies. Think about it.
I'm trying to.
A redheaded male actor.
What about The Mask?
The Mask.
Rocky Dennis.
Oh, Rocky
was
Dennis.
redhead.
I was thinking Jim Carrey. Why am I kicking the microphone? I'm sure this is going to sound awesome. I'm just completely uncomfortable right now.
You got to calm
going to
down.
make great radio. All right, I'm just going to go like this. Rocky Dennis. Yeah, he led the shit out of it with his forehead first. Thing has an elbow.
This thing's got an elbow and a Texaco station.
Oh, lighten up, Rocky Dennis.
Is there any other redheads out there? I'm
that was
trying
Eric
to think.
Stoltz too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you
Stoltzy.
go. He's unlucky.
But
You got bumped out of Marty McFly and had to play Rocky Dennis next to Cher.
Ooh.
Slow clap
If
for
you
you.
can turn back time. If you can find a way.
Yeah, I can't think of any redheaded males who can lead.
I just can't think of any redheaded male actors right now.
Well, we just named two.
Yeah, but that's it. And Carrot Top doesn't count.
Scott Farkas.
He doesn't
his
really
yellow
count though
eyes?
either. By God, yellow eyes. And
Was Robert Englund redheaded? I mean, granted, when he was Freddy, he had all that makeup on, but
he was. I want to say he was, or like strawberry blonde in.
but that one doesn't count because you never knew
Married with
because he was
Children.
Freddy.
Yeah. And besides, Robert Englund doesn't count because he's just fucking awesome. What?
Strawberry blonde.
Something like that. I don't know. It's like light, but it's not.
What is it? Merlot, Mauve, go fuck yourself. It's red. There's red, there's blonde, there's brown, there's black. Fuck off all this shit in between. Everything else is chemically induced.
You know, just because I'm in touch with my feminine side.
Don't do with your feminine side. Let's do with your bullshit side.
I don't really have a bullshit side. It's just pretty much all bullshit.
It's just this.
It's just
all
my
front.
entire makeup, my entire everything. Just
I come at it with the
bullshit.
front.
Seriously, okay. Next week I'm gonna come in with a list of redheaded actors, at least a top 10 list, and see if any of them can. But certainly not David Caruso because he proved that.
No.
Sorry.
As much as I enjoyed Kiss of Death.
That was a kiss of death.
Where everybody thought it was going to really be like the reinventing of Nicolas Cage because he lifted some weights and played Nicolas Cage.
That's my Nicolas Cage meter now.
Is it?
Go ahead, just bring it.
And Sam Jackson had a leaky eye.
Well, I can never remember the name of this movie, but there's a movie with Sam Jackson, and he's
Michael Rappaport's another redhead. Good supporting actor. Can't lead a movie.
Oh yeah, Rappaport, he's good.
Dick Ritchie. All right, man. Best TMZ video I ever saw was Michael Rappaport walking into some place, and the TMZ guy goes, "Michael Rappaport, Dick Ritchie. All right, man." It was like that old bit. I don't know who was doing it, but it was a red carpet thing for a Stallone movie way back, and the guy was trying to get Sylvester Stallone's attention. He's screaming, "Sly, Sly, Sly, Sylvester!" Just not paying any attention.
Mom,
and
mommy,
then,
mommy.
And Frank Stallone comes walking behind him.
Frank.
First try, comes walking over. He goes, "Get Sylvester!" Best fucking thing ever.
Oh, poor Frank Stallone.
Yeah.
All you got is the King of Queens.
Frank Stallone, come on. Frank Stallone's an accomplished musician.
Shut up. Did you see the preview for, speaking of action stars making comebacks, Schwarzenegger's new movie? I saw a brief thing on it with Knoxville.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I just can't wait for that movie.
You know what I did see, which looked really fucking cool?
Not the Stallone one.
Yeah, Stallone has one coming out too, a Bullet in the Head. I think it's like a remake of a old Hong Kong action movie.
Yeah, with all his tattoos.
Yeah. To promote this new flick, Schwarzenegger brought a bunch of LA film media to the I guess it's a backlot or whatever, but it's the town of Daughtry, Texas in Django Unchained.
Okay.
It's the same set that they use. The
Again,
bar, the
still haven't
saloon.
seen it,
You
yeah.
haven't seen it yet, but
I'll believe you. Yeah,
Once you see it, that's what it is.
I got you,
And
baby.
he took them on a ride in a tank. Schwarzenegger driving a tank through an old West town.
He's the fucking man.
He is the
I don't
fucking
care.
man.
I don't care.
We definitely covered this on a past episode, but that son of a bitch is living the dream.
Yeah.
Every day of his
He
life.
looks awful though, but it doesn't matter because it's Arnie. But like seeing the interview with him in Knoxville, like
he's aging.
I know, but he looks all right if he keeps the sunglasses on. But I'm talking like such a botched surgery where it's like he's got the.
He tried to pull it back a bit.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's like there's just elves just pulling back his skin at all times, and
he tried to tighten it up a bit.
But he still he slurs his lines a little bit.
I think the biggest
still,
problem for him is probably, and you got to imagine it happens for a lot of guys in the bodybuilding or professional wrestling or just any gigantic sized muscle bound athlete. You get older, you don't work out like that. Everything just kind of starts to sag down.
And I mean, if you've gone online and you've seen the pictures of Arnold at the beach, and he just cannot get away from those European Speedos.
Gotta love it.
But it's like he's barrel chested still, and the stomach is kind of. Well, it's not bad, but it's not great.
And that's everything else is gonna wear on the ego too, though.
Yeah,
it's like you gotta, because especially now he's going back into action movies. Which it was one thing he could let himself slide when he was wearing suits and being a governor, but now he's back in action movies. There's gonna come a point where it's like he's gonna have to be Arnold again. Like Stallone's keeping it fucking.
Yeah, well, steroids.
Who gives a shit? There's no testing in movies.
Well, of course not. But
more power to him.
But the funny thing is, you mention all that. It's like no wonder why he's banging his maid there. He probably. I'm sure the wife didn't want to touch him anymore.
It's like the Hogan sex tape. Oh, I feel like a pig right now.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, he's just feeling really down about himself.
I used to be master of the universe.
Pig.
Now I feel like a fucking fat slop because I ate a hoagie. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's exactly what the girl said after Hogan. I feel like a fat slog, but I ate a hoagie. Woo, hoo, hoo. Talk about a mustache ride from hell.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, give me my bandana. I'm bald.
I don't fuck without my bandana.
Oh, God.
Poor Hulk.
Okay.
He's been fucked 6 ways to Sunday from every single person in his life.
Well, he deserves it. So it's okay.
No argument, but still, it sucks to happen.
Yeah, but he's also a douche. Well, so if you're going to, walk through this life the way you want to be, you treat others the way you want to be treated, and he doesn't. He treats everyone like a douche, so he should be a douche. He should be treated as a douche.
Yes, but he is Thunderlips, the ultimate male, baby.
And we're back with Stallone.
Were we ever really off it?
Thunderlips.
Great fucking cameo.
Great cameo.
I love that.
Which eventually led to one of the greatest television shows of all time, Thunder in Paradise.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
I know.
You will not sully the good name of Thunderlips by associating it with
WCW
that garbage.
and Universal Studios brought you Thunder in Paradise.
Shot live on the Jaws
on the
soundstage.
lot. On the lot. Fuck you.
They had the CGI out Jaws popping out of the water.
Well, at least brought you No Holds Barred.
That is true.
Rip them.
And somebody told Tiny Lister that he had a fucking career after that.
Well, he did, headlining SummerSlam, 88 or 89.
Oh, man.
Well, I guess that's about does it. Before we get into another subject that'll take us 20 minutes.
Yeah, because if we start going back on old wrestling, man, I'll be here forever talking about WrestleMania 4 in the tournament.
Well, okay, let's save that for another day. We'll do a wrestling show one of these days.
We'll do one of the. Those of you that keep thinking that every time we bring up wrestling we're going to go into it, and you've been like getting your little,
that one person out there,
boners going.
That one person out there that's like, oh, I can't wait.
Oh, they're going to do it. They're going to do it.
No,
you're just hulking up by your iPhone. No.
Actually, one of our friends did say that he saw that we were talking about wrestling in you mentioned wrestling in one of the shows on the description, and he was like, oh, I'll listen to that. So maybe for that one person.
It's all about the tagging, man.
I know,
you got to tag it appropriately.
I know. And speaking of tagging, Twitter tags. At Mike Wendt.
At Mike Wendt, yep.
At Wax Mustachic.
Yep.
Follow us, have fun. Say hi to us on the Facebook.
Facebook.com/Mike and Billy Show is the address.
Wow.
Yep.
I feel important.
And of course, if you got an Android and iPhone, you can download the Spreaker app and find us on there.
Spreaker.
Of course, many other ways. Basically, you can
just call me. I'll tell you when the show
absolutely.
is on. I'm not giving my number up, but just call me.
Hey, they got to work for it.
If they can find my number somewhere out there, I will gladly talk to you.
Absolutely.
Stupid. That's about that time.
That's about it, man.
All right, so
we'll see you back here next weekend.
Yes,
next weekend if you're listening on the weekend.
Same bat
next
time.
week if you're listening during the week.
Same bat
tomorrow
channel.
morning if you're listening then.
Yes.
I know you're trying to get in the same bat time, same bat channel.
Shut
but
up.
I just did it for you.
I'm done.
All right. So thanks for listening to the Mike and Billy Show, and I am Mike Wendt.
I'm Billy Finnegan.
And I will see you next week.
Bye-bye.